Hey guys, welcome to today's video. In today's video, I'm actually not alone. I'm here with one of my friends, one of my bosses, also a safety practitioner here in Qatar. I'm going to leave him to introduce himself.
Well, thank you, Mr. Chris, for having me today.
You're welcome.
I'm a big fan of your work, what you do, how you are putting safety out there, creating the awareness. My name is Okudere Christian. I'm also a professional health and safety officer. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. So, Mr. Chris, actually, we'll be having discussions regarding safety, regarding NEBOSH, and challenges we face as safety officers while working here in Qatar. So I urge you to please hit the like button if you've not done that, and stay tuned for this video because you're going to be getting lots of information, lots of knowledge that you won't get anywhere in this video. And if you've not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do that right now, please, and stay safe. So we'll get right into the discussion, Mr. Chris. Coincidentally, I'm also Chris, so we have two Chris's here.
Yeah.
So can you please tell us about your journey into safety? Was it planned or did you just find yourself here?
Well, I would say it wasn't planned particularly, but when I was a kid growing up, I always have this phobia for blood. Like if I see when somebody's injured, like it frightens me a lot. I feel like I'm feeling the pain more than the person who is actually injured, you know. So I didn't get the opportunity to be a doctor so that I can save those lives. But I asked myself again, there are so many other ways you can as well save life.
Yeah.
You know, because to me, I see safety not just like ordinary profession. I feel like we are in the same field with doctors.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, we prevent it from happening. It's just like we make the work of doctors to be a lot more easier. Yeah. Coming into safety is not something that I would say I really planned. When I first got here, I was doing another work. So I was starting to hear NEBOSH, IOSH, you know, OSHA. The names, it sounds so strange to me in the first place, in the beginning. Then I started having interest in it. I was like, how can I get this? How can I get more knowledge about this? So I also met one of a senior, I'll call him a brother. He's also a mentor in this safety department. He's the one that introduced me to some courses that I can do then free online. So I was able to do them and got those small certificates. And then he said I should just wait, that once opportunity comes, he will let me know. Lo and behold, I was even at my working place one day. Then he called me and he said, Mr. Chris, have you finished those courses that I told you about earlier? I said yes. He said, do you have a CV about it? I said yes. He said, send me your CV. Then I sent him my CV.
Wow.
Then I was at the place I was working. You know, the whole thing is just like a dream to me.
Wow.
Like in one way, I really wanted to do it, but at the same time, you know, there's difference between reading and practical experience.
Exactly.
So me, I know I haven't gotten that practical experience, but I just took the leap of faith. I said, okay, let's see what happens. Let's see how it goes. I sent him my CV. He said engineer is going to call me. My mind first skipped. So the engineer later called me. We discussed about it. He said I should come to send me the location. I got there. They have asked me some few questions, and then they did induction for me.
Wow, just like that.
Like that.
Wow.
That's how we got into it.
So basically, you did some courses before taking like your NEBOSH,
yes,
IOSH.
Yes.
You had some free courses. Can you tell us some of the
like
courses?
For example, I did Allison.
Okay, on Allison.
Yeah, I did Allison online. Also, I did OSHA. It's not like it's still online. You can join online.
Okay.
Like them, it's not like you have to pay before. You can just start it, register, start the course, gain those knowledge. Then at the end of the day, if you want to get the certificate or do the exams, you can now pay for it. Okay. So I did OSHA and I did other local
health and safety
courses along with it.
Oh, that's nice. So at what point did you actually realize that you want to do this thing? Like you really want to, when you have gotten into the field now?
Yes.
In your first experience, at what point did you think that this is the right choice for me?
Okay. Like I said earlier, I'm a person that I feel like I want to save lives, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I want to save lives. I want to make sure that people return home safely. So I would say on my first day of the job, when I got there, they took me to the site. You know, I saw people working, you know, a lot of things. Even, you know, how the situation, the environmental situation here is the summer season.
Yeah, yeah.
And that was how that happened to be in a summer season.
Wow.
Right? So I see what those workers are going through, you know, a lot of pressures from the management, and the environment is not really that cool with them. Yeah. So I feel like, okay, I'm here now. What can I do to make those life of these people much more easier?
Yeah.
You know, that's why I'm here. That's why the company feel like they can employ me.
Exactly.
To making their life much more easier. Then when I got to the work, I feel peace. I can tell you, like, I feel like, okay, I'm actually finally where I wanted to be, you know, in a field where I want to be. You know, when you are doing something and this is what your spirit welcomes, this is what your body welcomes, you will know.
Exactly.
When you are in the right course, you know. So from the first day that I got that job, I got there, I feel like I've been doing this for a long time.
Wow.
Yeah, that's just it.
Oh, that's really nice. I'm already motivated. No, now I will go directly to your, like, after you had done these free courses online and then your NEBOSH. I would like to know more about your NEBOSH journey, because lots of people viewing this video now maybe are in the phase of taking their NEBOSH.
Yeah,
they are in the phase of maybe battling with how they will take their exam. So can you just, like, tell us about your experience preparing for the exam?
I have heard a lot of people saying it's difficult, and quite all right, it's difficult.
Yeah.
You know, NEBOSH is a very tricky, it comes with a very tricky questions.
Yeah, yeah.
So, but me, one thing that have given me that confidence is that I have not failed exam before.
Wow.
So I was just like banking on it. No matter how it is, I'm gonna, you know, get through it, because I've started it. I mean, I have to finish it. But, you know, the pressure, I can tell you, it wasn't easy. You know, that fear, if I didn't get this right, you have to take, you know, NEBOSH, now it takes time, you have to pay again, wait for another class and all those things. But just stay calm, you know, just stay calm. Know your books, get your facts right, because this is what NEBOSH really wants to say, those key points, to make sure that you have a very good knowledge of what you're doing. It's not just an open plain English. You can just speak those your English there at the end of the day, but they want to see, you know, a practical related answers.
Exactly.
So I was just reading, searching online, people that have gone through it, checking for videos on YouTube that I read about them, check about them, then use it to elevate myself also.
Oh, that's nice. Now, you mentioned that you had a job. There was a work you were doing before you actually got your first job.
Yeah.
Now, this was when you were doing your NEBOSH, right?
Yes.
So, like, I'm just trying to imagine how it was for you.
It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. You know, here you have to work some maximum is 10 hours, 8 hours, 12 hours.
Yeah.
So I think my class was starting by 6.
Okay, 6 p.m.
6 p.m. So when I go back, sometimes I go back to work by 5:30. I just have to go and freshen up, then I'll start my class directly to the class. Wow. Sometimes when I come back, there's no time to freshen up. I will just go directly to the class. Then that will proceed till around 10 p.m. Then after we are done, I can now go and make my dinner, take my shower, and you have to also wake up very early the next day to prepare. Yeah. But in all this thing, I would just say it's kind of determination. You know, when you really set your mind on something, you want to do it. You can sacrifice your sleep, you can sacrifice your time, you know, just to make sure that you got it.
Oh, that's really nice. I also remember when I was preparing the NEBOSH also.
Yeah.
Bro, I was working almost 14 hours.
Yeah.
And then I had to join up with the class.
Yes.
Sometimes I'm still at work and in the class.
It's not easy.
It's not really easy. I understand. I know many people also out there are passing through this kind of phase right now.
Yeah.
But then you just have to be determined. That's just the major thing. You have to be determined, and then you have to, you know, schedule yourself in a way that it doesn't clash, in a way that you at least you attend your classes, because it's only when you attend the classes that you actually understand the concept.
Yeah, true.
Just relax and think that you will just take the exam, or maybe you will read later. No, try to attend the classes. So let's go to the exam day proper.
Okay.
Because we know the IG1 before it was IG1, now it's GI.
Yeah.
you want. So you have 24 hours to take your exam.
Yeah.
So these 24 hours, how did you navigate?
Okay. That day I would say I was actually kind of lucky. The exam is starting UK time 11. I think 11.
11 a.m., yeah.
So, but here is 1 p.m.
Yeah.
So I started. I was at home that day. Where we are working, and that day we are supposed to start, we did not got our permit. So I went to work also with my books and my laptop. From 11 is almost time for lunchtime.
Yeah.
So I would just say from that lunchtime I can see what I can be able to come up with, at least download the question sheet, go through it. Then when I got back I can proceed. But when we got there we did not got permit, so I have to use that opportunity. We return back early also. So I just go straight to it, start download it, read it, and I will say, if you got your question, just calm yourself down. If you can read it twice or even 3 times, because sometimes people, they just got the answer, the question, they just read it once and they just start writing. Allow your spirit to settle down, read it twice or even 3 times. Take your time. Those pressures is 24 hours is a very big time, but it's also a very short time. If you put yourself under pressure, you know that it's a very short time. So allow your body to relax, then you can proceed.
Wow, that's really nice. I also remember when I took my own, I had some challenges there, but then I finished, at least I finished 2 hours before the 24 hours elapsed. So now I'm going to go over to your journey on site proper. Now you've gotten your NEBOSH, you've gotten your first job. Now I would like to know the challenges you faced, like especially in your first job. Working here in Qatar, you're working with people from different nationalities, different cultures, different backgrounds. So what are the challenges that you faced in your first job?
In my first job, I would say one of the challenges you face initially is practical experience.
Okay.
Practical experience is not everything you read on book. No matter how big NEBOSH is, it cannot cover entirely everything about safety.
Exactly.
So there are some things that you will see on site, you did not read about them. For instance, now let's say scissor lifts. You only read about them. You have not practically seen them.
Exactly.
You don't know how to shake or all those things. But my first day, it was kind of a bit difficult, but because I've already read about it, it's just about applying those things that I've read. And also, you should give yourself a room for development. You don't know everything, okay? Don't just ask questions. Don't assume that you know. A lot of people make mistakes, and this is where incidents come from. Don't assume. If you don't know it, you can ask questions.
Exactly.
That's why you have colleagues, you have safety managers, you have supervisors, you have everybody also. You can also ask your engineer. Those people also have a good insight.
They know the job.
Yeah, they know the job actually. They know the job even more than you. So you can also ask questions. So I was just, for that first time, I was asking questions in the areas that I don't know much about it. I would just ask questions. Okay, this, how can I do about it? And also I have some friend there, someone that is like, he really helped me to settle down, in that first phase of my life. The man, he really helped me to settle down, because I always coming to him, asking him, okay, this, how can I handle it? This, how can I handle it? And he was calm to, brought me through some things.
Oh, that's really nice. Getting your first job can be challenging, because what you see in your NEBOSH textbook is totally different from what you get.
Exactly.
So it's always good to get the experience. No matter how you can get this experience, it could be through internship, through voluntary works, or just getting a job. So when you get this job, the major thing is continuous development. You have to be open to learning. You won't say, I have my NEBOSH now, you have my NEBOSH certificate now, then I know it all. No, you have to keep learning and then be open to, to self-development. Ask questions where necessary. Okay, now I'm going to be going over to the mistakes that you made. We all make mistakes.
Yeah, everybody makes.
Nobody is perfect.
Nobody is perfect.
Our own mistakes also,
definitely.
And I've learned from them, definitely. So I'd like to know, what mistake would you feel like you made in your first phase of your safety career, and how did you overcome?
One of the mistakes I would say that I made in my first, I think it should be from my first job.
Or even so far?
Yeah, from my first job. So I got to work early that morning. Okay, so they brought equipment.
Okay.
that we needed to use for that work that day. So I wasn't aware like they have to bring some documents along with it, like third-party certificates. So they proceeded after the whole thing. I do the checking, conductivity and everything. We started working. So when the safety, one of their safety officers, the company safety officers, came to do inspection around our side, then he saw the equipment, then he called me and he said, where's the third certificate of this? I don't even know what
third party certificate.
I don't even know what third certificate is. So I didn't know how to respond to that. So I now called him and said, please, can you, elaborate, like educate me more about this? I don't know this is needed. So he asked me, okay, if you brought a new equipment to the site, there are some documents that are supposed to come along with it.
Yeah.
This will also verify that this equipment is already tested and is safe to operate in this environment. I was like, wow, okay. So I have to stop the work we are doing. I email my company. I need so documents for us to proceed.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, them also we are aware of it. It just means that it's not aware, So they are aware that if they brought it, it's not their first time. Definitely, they've been working in some different departments in some different companies. Also, they said, okay, yes, that they are arranging it. That before the end of the day, they will send it. So they are now make arrangement for it and send the documents for me. I submitted it to the safety manager. He verifies it. Then the next day we proceed.
Oh. That's nice. Well, verifying documents is one of the major things that we do.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially third-party documents, equipment, and all that.
Yeah.
Now, have you ever had a situation where workers in your location, or like the workers you're working with, do not take safety seriously? Maybe they're having this laissez-faire attitude towards safety. Have you had this kind of situation before?
Yeah, definitely. In fact, in safety, I would say this is one of the biggest challenges every safety officer faces. Because sometimes you are working with people that have had 15 years experience in those fields, 20 years experience in those fields. Sometimes they're way much older and more experienced than you are.
Exactly.
So sometimes imagine being a safety officer and I'm assigned to a team to work. Okay, let's say I have 2 years experience in safety and I'm assigned to a team to work with a group of people who have had 10 years above. When you are telling them some things, they feel like, oh, we have been doing this for a long time.
Yeah.
We have experience of this the procedure, we have been doing it and nothing happened. You understand? So this is where I think a safety officer have to come in, because relying on those experience and both procedures, this is where incidents come eventually every time. When you believe that you have been working on this, you have had the experience of 10 years, 20 years, 15 years, 35 years of this particular the same job and nothing has happened. And you are putting yourself on your belief system above the procedure. Something eventually is going to happen.
Exactly.
Definitely. So it's one of the most difficult things. And also here, language barrier is also a very big issue. Having people that cannot speak English or cannot understand English. For us that are English-speaking country or English-speaking nationalities, is very difficult sometimes to cope with them, because like as we are discussing now, it goes more hand in hand when you understand me and I understand you also.
Exactly.
So if I have to tell you something, I can tell you directly, okay, do it this way, do it this way. It's better when you are having someone to have to interpret to them, okay, he said like this and he said like this. And sometimes when you have to caution somebody, interpreter might not be there.
Exactly.
Someone might be doing unsafe activity and you caught him there, trying to educate him on what he's doing. He can't actually understand everything you are saying, you see, and it's a very big challenge, because if the person doesn't understand you, there's a very high tendency that tomorrow he might still repeat the same thing again.
Exactly.
He will repeat the same thing again. But if he understands you and really understand what you're saying, because sometimes it's just like we are using our common sense on everything. okay, let me do it this way, let me do it that way. We are not actually thinking beyond what we are saying. You know, incident is just like a second.
Yeah.
We have seen a lot of it. I'm sure you as a safety officer also, you have witnessed it. It happens every day at sites. Workers collapsing, workers falling from heights, you know, gas leakage and all those things. It happens every day. And those people have experience, a very good experience also. That's why we are advocating for procedures, maintaining those procedures ahead of experience.
Wow, that's nice. You know, this language barrier is a very, very big problem for most of us here in not just in Qatar, in the whole of Gulf. Most of the workers are from Asia.
Definitely. Most of them, I think a high percentage of them actually is from Asia.
High percentage of them. For me, what I do, I actually learned some of these, some of these their phrases. Understand? Just mix it up when I was
just to make them more friendly.
Exactly. And then you see them, they try to listen to you.
Yes.
Like, this person is speaking our language. So that's a nice one. Now, I want you to walk us through a typical day on site. Like now, I know you work in the oil and gas sector, right? So how does a day in site look like for you? Because I have lots of people messaging me, asking me, what do I do on my first day? What do I do? What do I do if I go to work? What am I supposed to do? Like, so can you just give us just a typical example of how your day looks like?
Okay. For example, like I said before, I see my profession as a doctor. Also, for instance, now if a doctor arrives to your hospital in the morning, he doesn't just go to the office and relax. You have to check those patients, right? Because they can be healthy today when you left. Doesn't mean that everything is okay the next morning. Some system can also develop some things that when you are not there, right? So when I get to my work location every morning, I have to first inspect my working area, check roundabout everywhere we are working, and the activities, maybe even the ones we have even done before, right? Because sometimes, workers can be in a hurry to leave or to close from work, and they will leave some of the equipment or some of the materials, unsafe. You can just skate through it, walk around. First thing when you arrive as a safety officer in your work location, it's not just gathering the people and conducting TBT. You are conducting TBT and you are sending them to a location where you don't even know how the place is. So you have to first of all verify those areas. Is there any unsafe condition that arise when you are not there?
Exactly.
Something can happen when you are not there, and it's not there when we left, so we don't have it in our memory, and workers might just skate through it. Or breeze can also bring some hazards and scatter it all around the working place. So you just verify the area, check the area. Is it safe? Is there anything that observation you can make? If there are any observation, raise the observation, send it to the concerned person. They will rectify it before you start the activity. If there's no observation, okay, everything is okay. Now you gather your people, their supervisor. We conduct the activity for them, and you be there to make sure that he does that. Because sometimes when you are not present and you just say, okay, go and conduct the activity, sometimes they
don't do anything.
They just because they want to work. So you verify it, and you also verify their documents also. Do they have the induction? Do they have the training for that particular work we have to do for that day? And do we have a valid permit for that work? Do you have the equipment? Do you have the tools for that work? Is everything covered in JSA? Is it in permit? Do you have them presently to work? For instance, now emergency plan. What are the emergency plan regarding this work we are doing? Is it available? Is the concerned person, the contact person, is it available? You have to, especially emergency. Before you start any work, don't play with any emergency procedures. Make sure you verify those documents, emergency document, especially when you are doing, for instance, now a confined space activity. You have to verify those documents. Is it there? Do we have the response plan, the response team, the equipment for the response? Is it available? So that it's not when it happens, you now start running helter skelter. You have to verify that all those things are present. Then you conduct when the TBT. TBT is actually the last thing, because when they conduct TBT, it means that
They are ready to work.
they are ready to work. Then you just make your TBT and start the activity.
Oh, so now while these work activities, do you just, after you've conducted TBT or after you've made sure TBT and all the equipments are okay,
Yeah.
do you just go back to the office and relax?
No, this is where continuous monitoring also comes in.
Wow.
You know, we are human beings.
Yeah.
Actually, you know, we have that in us. They can never obey you 100%. You can't just send them and say, okay, I've trained you, I've conducted TBT, I've checked everything, okay, go and continue working. No, you have to constantly monitor them to ensure that, okay, they're actually following the procedure, they are following what you have taught them, they are following the safety standard. You can't just, okay, abandon them. If you live like that, something is going to happen, and you are the responsible person.
Oh, well, that's really nice. It's like, it feels like I'm on site already with how we are just breaking everything down. Now we'll go straight to your advice to people that are currently taking NEBOSH, or people that are maybe still thinking if taking NEBOSH would be the right option. Because we have lots of people that are asking me, this course is so expensive. Will I get a job after this? This course is so expensive. I'm so afraid of taking the exam and all that. So what's your advice to aspiring safety officers that are still in the phase of taking NEBOSH IGC exams?
What will I advise them is that they should make sure they really have passion for it.
Yeah.
Getting NEBOSH is one thing.
Exactly.
Getting a job is another thing. Then maintaining it is also another thing. Okay, so it's a good thing to get your NEBOSH. If you are really into it, I 100% support. You have my support. Go ahead, get it, skate through it. You know, it's not something to be afraid of. But don't first of all be looking out for a job when you are not even taking the step. You know, some people they're already calculating the gain even before. Yeah, exactly. They think, okay, once I got this and everything just starts working out fine and all those things. No, it's step by step. You know, step by step. If you want to get your NEBOSH, get it, because as the world is developing today, there are so many infrastructure going on. There are so many lives also at risk. No matter how technology make it to be much more easier, it's definitely going to be people to operate them also. So we need safety officers out there to make life easy for people. It's not a job of one person. For instance, now for where I'm working, a safety officer is assigned to only 12 to 15 people. If a group of people is like 12 to 15 people, that means they need a safety officer, one safety officer. You know, because when you are looking at them, it's not just about those 15 people you are seeing. There are lives attached to them.
They have families.
They have families, they have children, they have wives, they have siblings, they have parents. You know, so when you calculate all those things, you see that that 15 people is almost 100 plus. So there are so many lives attached to it. We need people in these departments who actually understand safety, you know, to make the life of people much more easier. That's it.
You know, whenever I'm conducting TBT, I try to make my workers understand that we are not just telling you about safety because we want to satisfy the client.
Yeah.
It's about your family.
Yes.
Understand? So if you, as somebody that's trying to take NEBOSH, you don't have empathy. There's a problem. Because forget the money. You have to have passion about health and safety first. Before you talk about taking NEBOSH and then working as a safety professional. Do you think that NEBOSH alone is enough to grow in the field of safety? Or does one just, like after getting your NEBOSH, you've got a job, is it okay to just, you know, fold your hands and sit down?
No, no. NEBOSH is like a step getting into it. It depends actually on what you really want to do. For me, I believe that there's no limit to knowledge.
Exactly.
You know, the more you pursue, the more you want to pursue, and the more you are getting much more experience both in reading and in practical, it puts you more above. You know, that's it. Don't just stop on your NEBOSH. Get NEBOSH and try to get experience.
Yeah.
Both things work in hand to hand. Also, like I would tell people, someone, don't just pursue certificates. You know, get a certificate that can get you into the field. Acquire as much as you can to get practical experience. It's very important. When you now get experience, you know, when you are investing in something and something is giving you in returns, it motivates you to do more.
To do more, yeah.
When you have your NEBOSH and you have not gotten a job, you have not gotten a practical experience, and you are spending more money on more certificates, at the end of the day, you'll be frustrated because you are not getting return of what you are investing, like what you are spending.
Yeah.
But when you get your NEBOSH, you try to get practical experience, you got a job, and you did well, you start getting money. Now, you know, you'll be happy, okay, this thing that I'm actually on the right direction, on the right track. So from what your investment is now yielding back to you, it can from there also, you know, try to educate yourself more. You know, like a man's limit is his knowledge. Where you stop learning, this is where your ignorance comes in. We start learning more and more and more and more and more and more. You continue learning until you leave this world. That's just the truth. You just continue learning. Even in your practical experience, you try as much as you can to learn every day, because there's no limit to it. Actually, it can be in 20 years experience now, then I brought you into another department, and it's just like a new thing to you.
Exactly.
You know, procedures differs in everywhere. It can be a new thing, you know, to be more, come across those kind of areas now. Feel like, oh, I thought I began, but I didn't much, I didn't know anything in this field. So that's just it. You keep learning, you keep improving yourself, you keep learning, you keep improving yourself, and you thank yourself for it.
Yeah.
It's never a waste of time. Knowledge is never a waste. You know, just get it. Like I told you beginning of my journey, when the man advised me to do those courses, and I was like, okay, let me just do it.
Yeah.
If I hadn't prepared myself, take those courses then, and that opportunity come, you see, I can't be able to take it. Because in as much as he wants to help me, I still have to help myself also. He can't bring somebody to a field where he has nothing. You have to have something for someone to help you.
Back you up.
Yeah, to back you up, exactly.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
So basically, it's advisable when you, after getting your NEBOSH, you have some experience, you should get some certifications.
Yeah.
Like your ISO 45.
You can do ISO,
14,001.
14,001.
What other courses? Your OSHA 30-hour.
OSHA.
I also recommend, you know, getting a driver's license. Once you get NEBOSH, it's very, very important.
It's important. It's important. It makes your work much more easier. And some company now, they are looking for someone that have a driving license.
Wow.
Also, because there are some works that come that requires you to be driving.
Yeah.
And if you don't have those licenses, you see, I've already excluded yourself from that opportunity, because definitely they can hire a driver for you also and hire you also.
That's more expensive.
When they have people out there who have that.
Yeah. Okay, well, I've actually enjoyed this session. Now,
thank you.
We are already coming to the end of this session, so I'll just ask you a few quick fire questions once again as we end the session.
Okay.
And once again, I really appreciate you.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Actually. I wish we could actually do this thing more often. But for now, will you choose paperwork or site work? If we were to choose staying in the office as a safety officer or going to the site as a safety officer, like which one will you take?
I would say is really a tempting tempting offer.
You like to stay in the office now, AC
and all those things.
You have access to your phone, your wife or your girl.
But at the same time, those things will also limit your practical experience. You know, being on the field, for me personally, it has taught me so many things.
Wow.
You got to see things how they were, you know, procedures, how to actually do this. It gives you also a room to learn from people. You know, sometimes this job, it doesn't, is not always a bed of roses. Okay, he can never compare an office worker as a safety officer with a practical person who is on site. I can have a 20 years experience now as a safety officer in office, and you can have a 5 years experience in practical. You know more than me, right?
Because when you what's happening.
Yes, you are seeing what's happening. You are actually seeing those procedures. You are seeing how the job is done. You are learning a lot every day. For me now, it's just like I'm doing the same thing every day. I don't learn from new things. You can learn from your colleagues. You know, your safety is not just imagine now they took you to a field of oil and gas, and let's say your team is doing excavation. What you are seeing is beyond that. I know you are just monitoring them, but there are surroundings around you. Maybe your neighboring company is doing a lifting. You are seeing what they're doing. But when you are in the office, you are just with you and your system. Your knowledge is limited to that. Maybe probably you are just doing the same thing repeatedly every day. You are not adding anything to yourself. You are not adding any knowledge to yourself and all those things. So both of them are important. But for me, I would say try get much more, leave those comfort zone in your beginning era, your beginning of your profession. A time will come when you be in that position of being in the office. Now you have gotten everything you're looking for. But if you're an entry level, don't take office work, take practical work. It will help you to build more of your career, much more better than office. When you have gotten maybe a 20 years experience, 25 years experience, 30 years experience, you can now be doing those kind of office work, because then you have people also under you who are trying to bring up in those fields. Your job is more of a training to them,
now you are learning from your own experience.
Yeah, they are learning from your experience. But when you run away from it, okay, look, the weather is harsh, it's not that really present, the sun is too much, you just run into the office, AC is blowing and all those things. You see yourself that after 10 years, after 5 years, and you go for an interview, they ask you some questions, you can't be able to answer them.
Wow, that's a whole lot of information from you, seriously. Now, like I said, we are already at the last session.
Yeah,
we are already at the last part of this session. So, once again, I really enjoy talking to you and sharing from your own knowledge. Now I'm seeing everything from a different perspective.
Yeah, definitely.
So I believe everyone watching this video also got some value from this video. You got some value from this content. Once again, please hit the subscribe button. Subscribe to the channel for more safety related content. We are giving it to you as it is on site. We are bringing you from your phone screen directly to the site. So please hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to drop a comment in the comment section. Drop your questions if you have any questions, and share to someone who you think might need this video also. Now, the last question I'll be asking you in this session, I'll be asking you, what skill do you think every safety officer should have? What's that one skill you think safety officer must have?
There are so many skills a safety officer should have, but since you said one, I think one of the most important them is communication skill.
Oh, communication skills.
As a safety officer, you have to talk a lot. You have to talk a lot.
Yeah.
You have to every day, every time you are talking.
Talking about communication skills, it's very, very important as a safety officer to have this skill.
Yeah. Like I was saying, in fact, one of the areas you need to build yourself is your communication skills.
Yeah.
It's not just to the workers. You also talk to your management.
Yeah.
You have to relate to them. You have to attend meetings and also all of that. So if you're not like someone that is openly speaking, it's going to affect your.
You have to have some kind of confidence.
Yeah, your career very much. You build confidence and all those things. It's very important. It's very important. Communication, guys, you just have to work on it. Especially we went somewhere and we went for a training, and our trainee, he pointed one person and he said, come and conduct TBT for us. Come and conduct TBT for us, for example, so that we try to check your knowledge level. So the man come and he said, my name is this, I'm from this place, You know, he goes straight to the work. Up to it, like the man had to call him back. He said, "Okay, you see what I was talking about now? The communication. He knows it, right?
Yeah.
But how to communicate it to the people, he doesn't really understand it that much, because TBT is not just about, okay, my name is this. No, there's a way you relate to the people that make them to accept you. It's not just, people have to believe in you first, then they'll believe in what you are saying.
Yeah.
If I don't believe in you, I will see what you are saying as to just go from here and it go out from the other side. But you have to build that relationship with your management. You have to build that relationship with your workers also.
Yeah.
So that they will see you as, okay, this person is here to save our lives. And how will you build those things? It's through communication. How are you talking to them? How are you communicating with them? How are you shaking up on them? Right?
Yeah.
So sometimes you don't always have to be a work-related questions. Try have a conversation with them about their lives, their families.
Families as well.
You know, you understand them much more better, because sometimes workers don't follow safety most of the times, and sometimes also it's not just about that they don't follow. Sometimes it might be that the person is going through
a lot.
and going through another section of life that you don't know. So you have to build that trust of communication. Is when the person is have that trust in you, you know, see you as a friend, then he can be able to open up what is actually bothering them, what is, you know, limiting them. Some can have that problem or challenges, but they can confide in you. Some may not really have that experience, but they really want to do that job to get that money, and they will claim that, you know, they have the experience. But when you are talking with them, you can learn where the person is lacking from, the area that is lacking from. You can train them. If people that need training, you can make a training section for them. If people that maybe need counseling, all those things, communication is very important. You learn how to communicate to your workers always. Talk to them always in a very calmly manner. You know, don't assume yourself as the boss, because don't try to give orders. You know, this is one of the mistakes safety officers do, because sometimes you are talking to people that is older than you. Sometimes you are talking to family people. Sometimes, so don't make them to hate you or because of that. Try to build relationship with them. When they have a good relationship with you, they obey you much more faster, much more easy. They respect you even when you are not there. You know, for me now, there is this saying I forgot. We choose what again? Dash something over compliance or something like that. We don't try to enforce it on people. You know, we try to build it with people. So that when you are not there, they will follow the procedure.
That's positive safety.
Yeah, I've seen some places where you too maybe have experienced it. You see, a worker will be, for example, now working without helmet. For him, he knows that is wrong. But when you see that a safety officer is coming, hey, safety, everybody will be running, you know, to take their helmet, to take their PPE. Why are they doing those things? It's not like they don't know. But they know. Don't make your workers to fear you. When they have that afraid of you, this is what you'll be getting. When you are not there, they will still be repeating the same things.
Exactly.
But when you build a relationship with them, they really understand, okay, this person is here for my own safety. For my own safety. You know, those things you are doing is for their own good. So they will learn it. They will follow it. Even when you are not there. Even when you are not there and somebody violated and you come back, they will point you say, Mr. Safety, so person, he did this and he did that. They are not trying to hide ahead. They are not trying to hide those things. They will be freely to come to you, to relate to you their challenges, or maybe they don't have the right equipment for that activity. They will also come to you. They will feel safe to come to you, to talk to you. Now, this is where the communication skills come. If you don't have those kind of communication, you find it very difficult to communicate to them. And once they see that you are not really communicating with them. You are there, but you are not also there. Yeah, you are there, but you're not also there. Once the minute you left, they will just go back to whatever that they find it much easier to do their thing. They'll just continue like that.
Wow, that's that's a whole lot of information, seriously. So basically one skill that every safety professional must have, it's not just your risk assessment,
No.
JSE and all your checklists and all that.
No.
You need to have very good communications.
Yeah.
And again, one thing I got from what you said is like, you are not a safety, or you are not a police officer. You are a safety officer.
Yeah.
You are not just there to police people and just
to be fair you and all those things. Like I always use a doctor as a reference when I talk to people about safety. You know, if there are people that you shouldn't lie to this world, I think they say doctor and your lawyer and something like that. They are key to your life. You know, when you come to a doctor, you have to be openly minded. You have to tell the doctor how you are feeling, how your body system are. You can hide it to your mom, but you can't hide it to your doctor, because you know you are playing with your life. This is how a relationship between a safety officer and his colleagues and his workers should be. They should be able to see you as their doctor. They are not hiding it from you. In fact, they are bringing it to you. Right? Because when you put yourself in a position where they are hiding something from you, you see, you're already failing. And it's just a matter of time before something happens. Definitely, it will happen. Just try as much as you can to build that relationship where they can bring something to you. Even when you did not notice it, or maybe when you are not there. They can call you, or they can come to you, or they can come to your office and say, sir, please, see those things. See what I'm facing through. See my challenges. They can be able to communicate those things. They build that trust between you and them. You know, it's very important.
Yeah. Wow. I believe anybody watching this video will not want this video to end, but I am very, very sorry for you. Maybe we'll have a second session, a part 2 next time, but for now,
no issues.
I hope you got some value from this video. Don't forget to hit the like button once again. See, look for the like button on your phone and hit the like button. Share to someone who you know might need this video, and also drop a comment in the comment section. Once again, thank you very much.
Thank you for having me. All right, guys, also make sure you follow Mr. Chris. Follow him. Send this video to someone. It might be saving a life out there. You don't know. Information is key. Exactly. Information is also knowledge. You share to people, we grow together, we learn together. There's nobody that we say have arrived. Even me, I'm also learning. I'm also learning from him also. Sometimes I'll come across his video and I'll watch it. I will be like, oh wow, I haven't thought about this. You know, you learn every day. Don't say I have much experience more than this person. Okay, he has just 2 years or 1 year or 6 months and I have 10 years. No. You learn from each other, you share ideas, you share knowledge, you share opportunities also. So, like this video, share to your friends as many as you can, and make sure that you are following him. Stay tuned, turn your notification button on, so that whenever I drop a video about related safety issues and topics, you can always listen and, you know, go with them. Thank you.
Okay,
thank you for having me once again. Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Okay, guys, I will see you in the next video. Peace.